Did you know that there are 755,000 people in the UK that own either one of these or a motorhome or camper or something similar? And by 2030 that's going to rise by 40%. So despite some doom and gloom out there, it seems that this holidaying option is very much on the increase and is here to stay. So hi everyone, a warm welcome back to the channel. It's a bit grey, although the sun is going to come out. It's certainly very, very cold here on the Norfolk coast, but thankfully no snow. But as you can see, Jennifer Eccles, as we fondly call our caravan, has got her pyjamas on. And she has had since almost the beginning of November. And I don't think they're going to come off quite yet, but I want to go inside. I'm going to take you with me. It's a bit of a mess in here, I know it is, but I haven't really been in it for a few weeks, so I want to see how things are. Might need to get a little bit of heating on because it's sub-zero at the moment, but also an opportunity to have a little look round and think about some of the plans that I want to put in place before we do get out, because Helen is itching to get caravanning again, and so am I. Where we're going to go? Well, we're going to share some of those plans with you in this video. I've also been given some press passes for Helen and myself to attend the Caravan Camping and Motorhome show at the NEC in Birmingham on the 18th to the 23rd of February. Now, we've never been to this show, and I know the February one is not the big one, but we may well get along. It just depends on appointments and stuff that we've got locally. So watch this space on that one. If we can get along to it, we certainly will. It'll be quite an interesting one. We're also going to announce the winners of our last free prize draw, where we're giving away a Caravantastic mug and a pair of those Caravantastic coasters as well. So we'll announce the winner a little later in this video. But also stay tuned, because can you remember this? But particularly thought this would be good for you.
All right. I'm intrigued.
You're intrigued?
Show me more.
Okay. Mac, come here. Mac. Mac. We'll be here in a second. Mac's a robot. Check this out. Well, we're going to be giving one of those away as well, and another free prize draw, which we're going to do at the end of this video. So stay tuned, and we'll explain more about that as we go through the video. But cover's not coming off, as I say, but I do need to go inside, so let's go and have a little look. A few people have asked me quite a bit about caravan covers and are they worth it or not. I think they are, to be honest. It's certainly... I've gone a winter without a cover on before, and the Caravan has been absolutely disgusting, green and filthy. And once I've taken the cover off, I know it won't be absolutely perfect, although I did wash it before we put the cover on, because it's not completely waterproof. It has to breathe, and it does let moisture through this. And it is a universal cover, but it was a cheap option, but it fits really snug, as you can see. The roof will have a little bit of green on it, I know it will. But it won't have what it would have had I not got a cover on, because that tree, the bird's nest up there, you can imagine the mess that goes on top of this, but also it goes especially green on top if there's no cover on, so it definitely makes a difference. And if you're interested in one of these covers, I know we're coming towards the end of the winter season now, so you might not be putting it back on again until next year, but I've got one of these, as you can see in the, I'll put a link to the Amazon store, because I think we paid just a little bit over £100 for this, but it's really good. Straps underneath, 4 straps underneath there, a couple of straps on the back, and when you put these straps on, one of our subscribers told me about this, twist these and you don't get the horrible noise. Same with your awning straps as well. If you twist them, when the wind blows, you don't get that horrible vibration noise. But zips up the side, up here, and the other side. It's nice and snug. Although it's a universal cover, I measured it up first to make sure I was getting the right size, and it fits really well. We have got a big curve on here. The only place where it's a little baggy is just at the top there, but other than that, it's absolutely spot on. So what I'm going to do to get inside, just pull these through, and then what I always do is just pull that sort of fastener right to the end of the strap, because I chuck the strap back under when I've done, and it's much easier to grab the strap if this fastener is on the end. So a little zip here. And there's another zip at the front. If you wanted to, you could roll this up. And then there are some tie straps here, look. So you could just roll that up and hold it up there. Which I might do actually. Let's just do that. And they just Velcro on, look. Oh, stick. And then the good thing about that is, of course, you can now get in the caravan without having to take all the cover off. But before you get in the caravan, it's essential that you have the caravan keys with you, which I ain't got. I'll go and get them. But you can see how lovely and clean from the last wash this is. So in terms of the sides and the front and the back, this caravan doesn't really need a wash, but I'm pretty sure that the roof will need a little bit of attention when the cover comes off. It's going to be freezing in here, I just feel it because it's so cold out. Actually, first impressions are pretty good. Let's step inside. Ah, right. Well, it does look like a bomb's gone off in here, but I know it hasn't. I know that it's really not as bad as it looks. Let me give you a little look round. What's going on? Let's close the door. It's a little bit chilly, but it's not as cold as I thought it would be. Let's put a bit of power on. There we go. Put a bit of lighting on in here as well so we can see what's going on. I've got a radio here which we never use. In fact, it's not working properly. And one of my jobs I'm going to do before we go caravanning again this year is I'm taking that radio out. It's just a complete waste of time. And every time I turn the power on, the radio just fires up, makes a noise, and you have to keep going over to the cupboard and turning it off. So, put some lights on. Everywhere. It smells really good and clean and fresh, so that's encouraging. So a little wander to the back. Now what we do around the caravan is we spot these around. They're the interior dehumidifiers. You must have seen them. A lot of people use these, don't they? There is not a drop of water in here, and there never is. If you're a long-standing subscriber, you may remember that not the last service but the service before, we were told you got a little bit of a higher damp reading in that corner, and it does look a little damp down there. But when we did the reading again in August, in the last service, it was exactly the same reading. It hadn't gone up, it hadn't gone down either. Any water in that? No, not a drop of water in that either. So it's two. I've wasted time buying these really because we never seem to have any problems. I've got another one here. And again, no moisture whatsoever in that. And I think we might have another one. Yeah, here. It's all safeguarding. For what these cost, you might as well do it, but no, there's no moisture in there at all. Right, look at this lot. Basically, we wrap all the cushions up. We just pop them inside black bags or bin liners or something. Same with the mattress and other bits and bobs, and we just pile them all up here, you know, as you can see. So, first glance, it does look like a bomb's gone off here, but it's not. Can you remember I laid a carpet in here about a year ago. This, what's left of this one, there's a bit more of it over there, and it did look really good. I thought we did a great job on it, but then we went away, I put ice in the fridge. Well, that door's closed. Like, I put ice in the. Oh, that's not good. I bunged this carpet in and closed the door, and you can imagine. Whoop, that's going to need a clean out. Yeah, look, what a fool. But full bottle of Malibu in there and some Ghost Ship. Better get that in and drunk. Yeah, not a good idea leaving that like that. Left some ice in the ice box, which promptly melted, dripped onto the floor, and the carpet was stinking. So we pulled it up, and that was the back end of last summer. Pulled the carpet up and left it just like it is now. But then we had carpets fitted at home, and they made a bit of a mistake. They fitted one room with the wrong carpet, and this is a brand new carpet here, which was fitted into one of our, well, it's actually fitted into the studio room, what we call the studio room at home. Brand new. They lifted it up to put the right colour in, and Helen, being Scottish, cheekily phoned up and said, I want you to give me that old carpet because we've been messed about. And I thought, you cheeky little thing. But guess what? They gave it her. So we have a brand new carpet here. Admittedly, it's not really for the caravan, but my first job is going to be to lay this. So I'm going to pull what's left of that up, and I'm going to lay this. And obviously it's grey, and you know, our colour coordination may well need to change as a result. But we want to do some changes. Do you remember I said I wanted to refit and do some stuff? I was going to change the colour of these. We've got some material to do that, which matches some new bedding, quilts and stuff that we've got as well. So they're coming off, they're going to get recovered there and there. New quilts are going to go on, new carpet's going to go down, which is now going to be grey. Now the only thing I've got to check is the pile here. I don't anticipate any problem with the fridge. It's not that deep, that pile. So I think that's going to be okay. And there's loads of it. I mean, we could probably do the caravan 3 times what we've got here. There's quite a lot. So that'll be done. Whether we change these curtains or not, I'm not sure yet. We'll see how they match, because they have got like grey in them. These bits are grey. And also the cushions that we have are a sort of similar colour to this. They've sort of got brown and grey in them. So we'll see if they match. If they don't, we'll look at recovering them. The other thing we were going to do was, Helen had an idea of just putting, they're quite spongy, the seats. Helen had an idea of getting some foam underneath the seats that'll raise them a little bit, but also just reinforce them, perhaps make them a little bit less softer, shall we say. So we're going to try them, bolster that. I wanted to put in some wireless charging. I don't know why, because you could upgrade. So let's have a little look at you. Yeah, I thought about putting in some wireless charging, because when we go around and look at new caravans, I mean, I would like to buy a new caravan, but there's nothing wrong with this caravan. And every time we look at new ones, we see things that we like that we haven't got, like wireless charging or different sort of spotlights or whatever it might be. And we think, well, it's really not worth buying a new caravan just to get some wireless charging. Just put some wireless charging in here. I'm still questioning myself, do we really need wireless charging? And if I did get it, where would I put it? So that's one of the things I've got to consider, because my first thought was it's probably needs to go on that shelf there. But I have a feeling that that shelf goes into the locker. So underneath that shelf is where your gas and your gas bottles and stuff like that are. So I'd have to just double check. That's good. Also, if I'm going to take out that radio that's up there, which I am, then I could contemplate taking the wiring from the radio, where the radio's wired in now, just get my feed from there and possibly put some wireless charging somewhere over the front end anyway. We will see. Let me know your thoughts. You might have done something like this yourself, so if you have, how have you got on with it? Right, it's not mega cold, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Put some heating on. Let's have a little look and see what's it telling us on here. You probably can't see. Well, it says it's 4.5 degrees. It's freezing outside, so 4.5 in here is pretty good. But there's nothing on till now. We won't want it at 23, that's for sure. Let's just put it on at 18 or something and put a little bit of heating on in here, because I may well be starting some of these jobs quite soon, but not in this video, folks. You won't see anything in this video. But look out for future videos, because I'll probably do one of those time lapses before and after or something when I've started working here. So it looks a mess, but it won't do for very long, I can assure you. And then we can get ready to get going. And where are we going to go? Well, let's go into the kitchen in the house where it's warmer, and we'll give you some insight into what our plans are for 2025. That's better. Nice cup of tea, keep me warm, in a Caravantastic mug. Now, talking of which, let's find out who won the Caravantastic mug and also these fantastic Caravantastic Helen and Dave, fantastic Caravantastic, that sounded good. Helen and Dave coasters. We've got 2 of those to go with a brand new mug, which is be boxed when it arrives with you. So the way it works is we had 379, I think it was, or 377 people who entered the competition by the deadline. Remember, you've got to be a subscriber, and it's got to be mainland UK if you want to enter. Software, I just put numbers in 1 to 379, and then hit the software. That churns out at random a number. Bang, there's your number. And whatever that number is, I will then count down the comments until I get to that number, and whoever's, say, if it's number 25, whoever's number 25, that will be the winner, provided they got the answer right and they're a subscriber. So that's how we do it. Now, just to check and just to remind you that if you were to check the number on the comments what you're looking at, you may not get the same name, because it's the order that they appear on my laptop that's in front of me now. That order, for different reasons, can change. I don't really know why that happens, but it can. So no jiggery pokery, we're going to give away one of these, all kosher, and the coasters as well. So let's do the free prize draw now. We'll go over to the software and find out who the lucky winner is. Here we go. Okay, let's have a little countdown then to comment number 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is KC106. So many congratulations to Kath Crombie. Kath Crombie, you're the winner of the Caravantastic mug and coasters. I just need you to drop us an email at caravantastic@hotmail.com. So caravantastic@hotmail.com. Drop us an email with your address details, if you would, Kath. That'd be fantastic. And then we'll get this off in the post to you straight away. I've just been joined by Helen, who I think's been out with Bella. Is that what you've been?
Yeah, I've been out for a while.
Oh, good, nice one. So we're just going to say about some of our plans for 2025. And although we haven't really booked anything yet, have we?
No, that's next on the list, actually. We've had quite a few things to do.
Yeah.
And usually we're a West is best kind of couple, aren't we? We like West best in Scotland.
I think where Scotland's concerned, we like the West Coast, yeah. We know it goes with its disadvantages where them things are, what are they, midges.
Oh yeah, but that's later on.
Yeah.
We're hoping to go up in May. And we've had some nice weather up there before, actually.
We've been up in May and it's been boiling,
in that time, 20 odd degrees, would you believe?
And if we go west, which we sometimes we sort of stop off at Edinburgh on the way, don't we? Because that's where you come from.
Yeah, between Edinburgh and the Forth Road Bridges, Queensferry.
Queensferry, yeah. And if you've ever been to that area, you'll know what it's like. It's very quaint, oldie worldy, fabulous view of all the bridges. There's 3 bridges going over the Forth. There's a bit of footage to show you, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So we may call there, then go towards Stirling that way.
And I also want to pop in and see a couple of my cousins as well, who I've still got up there.
Oh, you can't travel all that way and not go and see them,
No.
That's true. So then maybe go sort of, I think it's M9 towards sort of Stirling, and if you do ever go that way, Stirling Castle is absolutely beautiful, and there's the William Wallace Monument.
Yeah.
Which I've climbed.
You've climbed with Steve.
Yeah, me and my friend Steve, we've been up the William Wallace Monument, while you had a cup of tea downstairs with Maz, didn't
Marion.
you?
We
Didn't
took the
fancy
easy
it.
option.
It's a bit of a climb, but it's really good. Again, well worth it. And then we would normally head up towards Fort William way, maybe Glencoe. But you want to go to Luss, don't you?
I want to go to Luss this time. There's a nice site there. Now, I don't know if it's been Caravan and Motorhome or if it is Caravan and Motorhome now, but it's really nice, and it's by the loch as well. And they actually filmed Take the High Road there, which I used to watch quite a while ago. I think they've stopped doing it now.
We used to visit Luss when the kids were little all the time, didn't we? And we met a few of the people that star in the show take the high road.
I once, we didn't have the caravan, but I went up to see my mum and I phoned the studios and I asked them where we could go to see, you know, where they film it, and they told us lots. And I said, oh, we may go tomorrow or Thursday. And she said, no, go tomorrow, go tomorrow. And I thought, oh, okay, we'll go tomorrow. And they were filming. Yeah. And we met Mrs. Mack, and there was quite a few of them there, weren't there?
Blair's Stores, what was her name?
Isabel Blair.
Isabel Blair. Anyway, you know, you don't bother you with all that. If you've ever seen Take the High Road, put it in the comments below.
I actually used to have my Auntie Jean on a VHS video them and then post them to me.
Oh, the actual programmes you did, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, sad, but true. So anyway, it's Luss, and then really it's a bit of a stepping stone, not too far from sort of Glencoe or Fort William. So we normally stay at Glencoe, don't we, at the
Invercote, but we've been there a couple of times. I mean, it's a terrific site.
Yeah.
And it's got a lovely view.
The views
but
are
you'll
amazing.
see the video that we made of it quite a while ago. But we're looking for fresh territory now, aren't we?
We like the area, but we thought we'd try some different campsites. I think that's the thing, isn't it? So we probably may well be Glencoe or Fort William. And if you do ever go to Fort William, then you've got to get on the old Harry Potter train. Can you remember what it was called, that train? Black something. Was it Black Prince or something?
No.
I thought it was something like that. Anyway, I've got some footage because whatever it costs, it's worth every penny. But you need to book, especially in the busy times.
We actually turned up, and they say if you turn up, the first few may get on, and we were really lucky we got on.
We got on with my sister Mel and her husband Joe, didn't we? It was brilliant. So yeah, that's worth a look. And then we often end up sort of in the Kyle of Lacalche area. And,
that's lovely up there.
That's where Eileen Donnan Castle is. You might remember this. It used to feature on the BBC before the news came on. They used to show a shot of this years ago. Lovely, lovely area. And it was Caravan and Motorhome Club site we used to stay on at, was it Morvick? Was it called?
Morvick, next to the Five Sisters. The mountains, and that was quite a good place.
It was, but I think again though we'd stay in a different campsite.
We would, but there was local pubs there that done Kayleys and bands and things, and they were really good ones.
They were, yeah. So and then of course you're right on the edge of Skye, so you can go over the Skye Bridge and into Skye. Now, if you've never been to Skye before, there's no trees on Skye hardly, as I remember.
No, it's a little bit underdeveloped, but
there's some rugged landscapes, and you can also get the ferry from Skye then and go over to the Isle of Harris,
which we were going to do, but there was an actual crash on the road that morning, and there was no other road to the ferry, and there was only that ferry, so we've still to do that yet, to the Isle of Harris and Lewis.
So you never know.
See the stones.
We might do it.
So we may do it this time.
Yeah. So all at that west coast area is where we generally like to hang out. Now, on occasion, we've then left and come home on the east side. So we've sort of gone over towards Inverness, haven't we? We stayed at Loch Ness before. There's a caravan, camping and caravan club site, which is on the, what I call it, the other side of the loch. But it was a nice site.
What other one? Bunchrew?
No, Bunchrew is sort of more or less in Inverness.
Yeah.
No, this one was on the other side of the loch, wasn't it? Can you remember we had some real sort of windy little roads to take the caravan down, but when we got there it's absolutely gorgeous. Went with Maz and Steve.
Oh, you mean Loch Ness Shores?
Loch Ness Shores. Well done, Helen. See, she has her benefits.
I do book it and plan it all. Yeah.
Loch Ness Shores. So, you know, we've done that before and ended up at Inverness and then come down the sort of A9. But also there's, what's the battleground place called?
Oh, Culloden.
Culloden. There's a site there at Culloden. It may be worth a look. Who knows? We'll see. But it may well be a loop, or we may go up the west and then come down the centre, because there's also, they're all around the Trossachs. What's the place of the waterfall we went to before? Can you remember? We went a couple of years ago. And it's got the falls. Nice pub, bridge, all the falls.
On the cafe.
Yeah, there's a cafe, and we were pitched by the river. Can you remember? And the posts have got the electric about 10 foot in the air because it floods. Come on, Alan, you know. Drumnadrocket or something.
It wasn't that. It was Drumnadrocket's near Inverness, isn't it?
No, that was it. Drumnadrocket.
No, it's not.
£1 million.
Right, £2 million.
£2 million. So I was right then. It's the Falls of Docket.
No, you weren't right. You said Drumnadrocket. And it was Marrigowan that we stayed at.
Marrigowan, that's
a bit
it.
down further.
Yeah. We had to go offline and have an argument and a Google there.
And even when he's wrong, he's right.
I knew it sounded like Docket. Yeah, so that could be the other option. We'll come down the centre, then end up back at you know, Stirling or Edinburgh that way. We'll just have to wait and see, won't we? We'll get it all booked up. So Scotland is definitely on the agenda, isn't it? You want to go home, as you sort of rightly say, and we love it once we get there. Just fingers crossed for weather.
We haven't been for a couple of years now, have we?
No, so that should be good.
We had to put our plans on hold last year for the Thorpe because I didn't really know when it was going to be.
And that might happen again this year because you've got the other to do as well.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to take a little while, so...
we'll see.
Yeah.
So the other place that we wanted to get to last year but didn't because of the op was actually South Wales, wasn't it? And I really particularly wanted to go to Tenby. And so we thought about doing a little Welsh tour along that sort of coastline there, end up on the corner at Tenby. And I think that's something we'll still have another look at. So,
we did plan it out, didn't we? And we had a few suggestions from yourselves.
Yeah.
And we actually booked Wiseman's Bridge.
Wiseman's Bridge.
A recommendation.
Yeah.
And it looked really quite nice. And I think we've still got a couple of nights in the bank with him.
Yeah, because everywhere else we cancelled gave us our money back, but they didn't. But you know, that's fair enough. You know, it was fairly
so
last
we
minute.
might go there again. It looked good.
Yeah, and that's on the agenda. Some lovely areas around Tenby and sort of the whole sort of
If you know of any
Pembrokeshire.
other nice sites down there, you can recommend. Let us know.
Yeah. And of course, Norfolk and Suffolk will never be off of our list. You know, there's some lovely areas of Norfolk that we always like to go to. And actually, just before Christmas, I was chatting with Dan Trudgeon. You know, we had a little telephone conversation. And we spoke about putting together a little Norfolk tour, which might show you in another video. But that will certainly, if we do, include the usual favourites around Sheringham and Cromer and Wells and, you know, all those sort of areas. And if we're going to Suffolk, we like the South Wold area, don't we? All along that sort of Suffolk coast too. We try to go coastal quite a lot. So look out for some Norfolk stuff. And also look out for some Suffolk stuff as we go through 2025 because it will certainly be on the agenda.
And I'll be looking for some new places to go.
Yeah, certainly want some new stuff. Now, whether we get to anywhere else, we'll just have to wait and see. We don't want to book too much too far in advance, just in case. But you know us, almost every week in the summer we're away. We filmed, I think it was 47 videos last year. So that's almost one a week. And we'll probably be doing something very similar again this year. And more often than not, we want to be out and about. That's always the plan. Anyway, Helen, while you were not here, the winner of the mug and the coasters was Kath Crombie.
Oh, very good.
So well done, Kath. And the question for winning the robotic vacuum was, how many people in the UK currently own a caravan, motorhome or leisure vehicle as referenced already in this video? So get your comments in below and we'll do that draw next week. And remember that we will need you to get your details in by midnight on the 14th of January. And I think I got my dates wrong in the last one. 14th is a Tuesday. So by midnight on the 14th. So that'll be good. And I think
it's very good of him. Very, very good of Daniel to give another prize away.
He is good like that. Yeah, he is good. So,
and I love that little Hoover. No effort required.
It's really good. Daniel, you don't do caravan refits, do you? Save me doing it. So I think that's it for this video. We'll be back definitely next Thursday. I'm hoping to get cracking in the caravan, so I might give you a little update as to how far I've got. But once I've completed, and it's got a bit of work to do as well, but once we've completed the refit, we'll do a little bit of a before and after, and then you'll see what we had before and where we've ended up.
I think I may take the curtains and get somebody to make new curtains for it. That's a bit of a specialist job, really, isn't it?
You found some nice material, haven't you?
I think so, yeah.
Which I think's going to go with the bedding, so I've left that all to you. I've not looked at that.
Not your department.
I have got a confession.
Oh.
Well, you were out with the dog, but I went in the caravan just to see how it was, and it's all dry, everything's good. But somehow, I think when I put that carpet in, the fridge door closed. So when I've opened the fridge door, all those little plastic things you've got on the shelves, gone green.
You better bring them in and we'll put them in the dishwasher.
When we get offline, she'll give me a good roasting.
Send a boy to do a man's job.
Send a boy to do everybody's job. Right, folks, we're going to end it there. If you have been, thank you for watching. And if you haven't done yet, now's your chance to hit the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and hit the notification bell. You will certainly know when all the videos are coming out. Can I just say, by the way, that 70% of people that watch this channel don't subscribe to it. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And if you do subscribe, you'd be doing us a real favour, because it just helps move it all up a little bit, and more people get to see what we're doing. We do, you know, quite a bit of work to get these videos out.
And you don't miss any videos.
No, you certainly won't miss them, especially if you hit the notification bell. So please, if you haven't done, do hit the subscribe button. You'll be doing us a favour. And we'll hopefully catch you next Thursday. If you can join us then, usual time.
See you then.
Bye for now.
Bye.